Well, hi everybody, welcome back to the plot. We're going to do another take from last night. Unfortunately the weather and the wind, it didn't make good for video recording, so I'm hoping to make do tonight what I did last night, or try to do last night, and try and rearrange the video. It was a very poor quality. I hadn't realised until I edited and published it. But when I watched it this morning, I thought, no, well, I'll do it again, and we'll try and get the first part of last night's video done again. So we're up the top end of the tunnel, top end of the greenhouse, I should say. And what we've decided to do over the last couple of days, with it being so bad, the weather, is to bring the strawberries back inside. Bearing in mind, we had this full of our peppers and our chilies. We had a bit of space in the bottom greenhouse, and we cleared that out from the yellow TOMMS. And what we've done, we've made ourselves a bit of room up here, and we've brought these strawberries for the new runners back inside. It's been absolutely chaos up here the last couple of weeks. We've had sunshine, we've had showers, we've had gales. It's been a real mixed bag, so not very well, not good weather for rooting or for cuttings. So we decided the other day to bring them inside and try and get them, the last of our cuttings or the last of our runners, rooted as quick as possible. Time's getting on a bit now. As I say, we're at the beginning of August, so ideally we would have liked at least 60% of our runners repotted up into the 9-inch pots now. We're about halfway through. Bearing in mind we do need about 120 cuttings or 120 runners. We're about halfway through. We're getting there though. We've got runners in each greenhouse, some in the bottom tunnel, some in the top here. They're really looking healthy. We don't like taking runners from the third-year ones, but unfortunately some of the baskets never throw out as many runners as we had hoped this year. So what we've done, we've taken it into once we've potted the second-year ones up into the third-year pots, they throw out loads of runners, and the nice big healthy ones. So we've decided to start taking some of the runners from these. We've got about 3 to 4 dozen along here in their pots. We've just pegged them down over the last couple of days, so hopefully they'll root fine in the next couple of weeks and we can get cracking. The main priority today was to go into the tomatoes. A lot of people have trouble growing tomatoes. We find it's one of the most easiest crops to grow if you get your conditions right. The 3 main ones are your soil, your watering, and of course your air, your airflow. It's got a big impact on how your tomatoes grow. Your soil being your main priority. We also have nice deep beds, and we know a lot of people don't have greenhouses with beds in, they use pots. But I think if you use a pot, use a good strong mixture, plenty of manure, plenty of compost, free draining, and you shouldn't have any problems as long as you keep them well watered, nice and moist. And in case, there again, your airflow is a priority. You must have good airflow. We're lucky in the greenhouses, in the tunnels, we have our floors are fully chipped. So what we like to do is to, when it gets over hot, is to dampen them down, really soaking the floors. It gives it a nice, moist atmosphere. Humidity is up, but it shouldn't be a problem as long as you've got a good airflow. We like to have all the doors open, so there's a good airflow right through the greenhouse, and we have no problems. If we do get bugs, we start spraying early, garlic sprays. We use marigolds to deter the white flies, and normally they're quite good. If you get your watering right, you shouldn't have any trouble with blossom end rot. That's another disease. A lot of people have that, or have been having it, experiencing it this growing season. But that's all down to bad water management. Get your watering right, and you shouldn't have any problems. So we'll just we'll have a little look in here first before we go down to the other greenhouses. As I say, we've been busy on the strawberries. I've been taking a few cuttings for a friend at her house, so they're in there now. They're all rooted. Hopefully we'll get them rooted up in the next couple of months. But our main priority this week has been getting the winter bedding in. And as you can see, the top of the trays are all chocker. Pansies, bellis, wallflowers, any amount of them, and they're all in now, and hopefully they'll be rooted in within the next couple of weeks. They'll be coming through, and we can start pricking off the bunches and the seedlings into single pots. So I've had quite a bit to do over the last couple of weeks. I've been really busy. And there's one of our tomato crops now. This is Ailsa Craig. It's a really nice variety. I wasn't going to bother putting tomatoes in this greenhouse this year, but we had about a dozen spare, so I thought, well, rather than waste them, we'll pop them in here. This variety is fantastic for growing outside. If you've got a south facing wall and sheltered, you can grow them quite easily outside, up against a wall. Maybe there's a little bit of netting or polythene over, and they'll grow quite well. They're a good hardy variety, good British variety. I like to grow them. You don't get a large tomato from them, but they're really nice. As I say, they're up now to their 6th truss, so we've stopped them. They're really good, strong, healthy plants, and you will get that from a nice deep bed. As I say, our beds are well manured every year. Plenty of leaf mould, plenty of horse manure, plenty of seaweed, and we'll get a fantastic crop from them. But as I say, the 3 main priorities for tomatoes is watering, good soil, and good airflow. If you've got that, then you shouldn't have any more problems. You may get the odd infestation of pests, but as I say, a good garlic spray will settle that. Just keep them nice and clean, plenty of marigolds in, keep the whitefly down, and you should have a fantastic crop. Watering, feeding well. There's plenty of good feeds on the market, but we use our own. We use a horse manure juice or a comfrey or a seaweed fertiliser, and that's all our tomatoes get. So this is the first part of the video tonight. As I say, we'll get out of here and we'll go down to the bottom tunnels. I've got just drawn some onions from the lower garden, so we've got them drying, hanging up, so we're going to pop down there and have a look at them now. All the chilies and peppers have been shifted down at the bottom, so we'll have a look at them before we go down to the tunnel and the main crop tomatoes. Okay, see you soon. Okay, well, we'll just have a little wander through here first. If this wind lets us carry on. It is a bit blowy up here in the northeast, so it's a little bit noisy. Jalapeno peppers, they've been really great this year. Plenty of fruits on them. What I did a fortnight ago was get these a good soaking with Epsom salts. It boosts the flower production and boosts the crop production. So yes, they come on really well. I'm well pleased with them. As I say, we've moved most of the chilies and the peppers down here onto the bottom greenhouse benches. At the moment they're looking quite good. I'm going to feed them tonight. I've got some comfrey juice in the bottom tanks, so you'll get a good drink with that. They're looking really healthy at the moment. No disease in them, so I'm well chuffed. As I say, they had a good garlic spray the other week, and keeping them nice and clean. 2 grapevines there, they're just sitting there. They'll find another home for them soon. These are just cuttings that I took off last year's plant. Doing really well, so hopefully we'll find a home for them soon. And there's our Ailsa Craig tomatoes. Doing really well. Smashing, really good crop. They are going to be late, a lot later than what we're down the bottom. I've still got work to do on these. As I say, what I'd like to do here is to go through the trusses once I start getting on and nip these runners out, because you'll find at the end of each truss you'll find small immature tomatoes. Get them off, not going to serve any purpose whatsoever, and leave yourself a nice clean truss. As I work my way up, you'll find that some are setting and some aren't. So when they don't set, just pull them off. Like you see, there's a perfect example there. Some nice 4 or 5 good tomatoes there, and then the end ones. We'll let them go for a while, but as I say, I like to keep checking on them just to make sure there's nothing coming on them. Suckers, take the suckers off. You'll always get plenty of them on. I like to leave the top leaves as I'm working my way down. The only leaves I like to strip off is the lower leaves, and that gives you plenty of fresh air around the crop and a bit of sunlight coming through to help them ripening off. So yeah, well pleased with that. they're doing fine. Alright, okay, so we're going to pop into the lower tunnel now and see how things are going in there. Just before we pop down, this is some what crops that we've been lifting this week. And these are the Japanese onions, century yellow, and of course the Japanese red electric. We've had an absolute marvellous crop of them, which we do every year. Where we never fail to get a good crop of onions. And of course I put some Ailsa Craig in, a few Ailsa Craigs, and we've just pulled these last week. They are absolute beautiful onion them, so they'll see us right over the winter them. The Ailsa Craigs will be the last ones to be used. The century yellow, the Japanese onions, we're using them now because they're one of the first onions to start going soft on you, so we'll like to get them used up first before we start our main crops. We still have onions outside in the borders, but over the next couple of weeks we'll be bringing them out. So they're really nice, we're well pleased with them ones. Right, well here we are, into the main tunnel, and of course our main crop of tomatoes has been the money maker. As you can see, they're really fantastic. Starting from the bottom, right up at least the third truss, and they're all ripening really well. Well pleased with them ones. Really good crop. We have had quite a few good ones off the American tomatoes. I wasn't too happy with them at first, but as you can see, there's some really nice tomatoes. One of my jobs to do tonight is just to choose a few from seed. I like to save my own seed, especially from the ones that aren't F1 varieties, which you'd find it impossible to take seed from because they won't revert to the actual plant that you've grown. They will revert to one or the other parents. So we don't save seed from F1s. Moneymaker, we don't save seed from them because they're cheap enough to buy. But they are quite easy to take seed from, and we'll show you that in the next video. But for the time being, I'd just like to show you how our crop's getting on. As I say, really deep beds is essential. We'll fill them up at the back end of the year with plenty of manure, plenty of seaweed. They get well lined, and we do change our beds around. We're lucky we have 3 greenhouses, two big tunnels and a large greenhouse, so we can chop and change. We can do 1 year and completely leave it free of tomatoes. We have potatoes in, early potatoes, and then we can follow with cabbage or sweet corn, whatever. It just gives that land a bit breathing space and keeps it free of tomatoes for that 1 year. And I think that's the secret of growing ours. We never have tomatoes in for 2 years running. There's nothing wrong with putting tomatoes in a couple of years, but sometimes when your beds are undercover, they tend to build up with a lot of salts. So this is a way we get a cleansing them by putting potatoes in and cabbages in, and then breaking it for the year, and then the following cycle we can put tomatoes back in, and hopefully that way it's cleansing the soil. Marigolds is also a good thing to put in. They keep the white fly down. As I say, there's different varieties that we use for putting in, keeping the plants nice and clean. We use different sprays, garlic sprays, and different feeds. As I say, we use manure, we use comfrey. There's plenty of other things you can use, which will help out to no end. But just one more plant to show you is our Spanish. And Roger just loves these tomatoes. He thinks they're fantastic. So what I'll be doing tonight is choosing one. It doesn't have to be the biggest one. That's an absolute fantastic tomato. It's a really beauty. There's some really nice ones. It's a very strong plant. I've had this for about 5 years, and I save my own seed every year, and they come fantastic. So all I like to do on these is let them go to about 2 to 3 trusses, no more than that, and you'll get a fantastic crop from them. as I say, they've done really well in here this year. I'm well pleased with the outcome of the tomatoes. We've got melons on the back there, which have grown away quite well. They're just starting to take on a nice light hue, light golden colour. So I'm hoping within the next few weeks we might get a melon or two off. They're growing really well. Well pleased with them. We'd like to try a few different bits and pieces. So yes, all in all, it's going well for her. So as I say, I'll be taking a few of these tomatoes off tonight and taking them home, and we'll show you how we de-seed these and save our seed for next year. So that's a little walk around the plot tonight, just to let you know what we're doing and how we're getting on with things. I hope it's helped. As I say, tomatoes, they're quite easy to grow. It's just 3 basic rules: good deep beds, well watered, and plenty of fresh air. As I say, we have our tunnels open all day long. The doors are always on the hook, even through the night time. So there's always plenty of fresh air blowing right through, and that tends to keep a lot of the pests away. So for now, from the plot, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.